So today we're going to look at our organization notes. You can title your notes organization notes. If you want to, you can do that on Google Docs, or you can write it out. It's up to you, just whatever works best for you while we're on NTI. But definitely write the notes down. Don't just say, well, I'm going to watch the video and that's that. Definitely take the notes because it just helps you. That's proven. If you actually put pen to paper and you write stuff down, you're more likely to remember it. So my first question, if we were in class, I would give you 30 seconds to work with your group to come up with a good working definition of organization. What is organization? We know what organization is. I mean, we know how to be organized and things like that. We organize our rooms, we keep our schoolwork organized and all those things, but that's sort of one of those words we don't take the time to actually think of a good definition for. So in science, what is organization? How could we organize the world? There are a million ways that you can organize the world, but I'd like to get your thoughts. I'd like to hear what you think. How could you organize the world? You may think about, well, I can organize into living or non-living. I can organize into plants or animals. I could organize even further and say humans or other animals. Or I could even further than that, I could say, okay, humans based on their favorite color. So you can organize in many different ways. We are going to talk about, in science, organization and ecology, which is ecosystems. So go ahead and write this down. And remember, you can pause the video, rewind, whatever you need to do to make sure you get these notes. So in ecosystems, the way that we organize those is we start with an organism. That's the smallest. We work our way up to population. Bigger than that is community. Bigger than that is ecosystem. And the biggest that we'll talk about is the biosphere. So first of all, we have organism. Write this down. An organism is an individual living thing. It is one thing. It is not plural. It's not a bunch of those things. It's just one single thing. So in the picture here, we have an owl. So it's an individual living thing, and it can be unicellular or multicellular. We will talk about the difference in those. Unicellular is whenever you're made up of one cell. Multicellular is whenever you're made up of more than one cell. Next, we have population. A population, a good definition, is a group of the same type of organism living in the same place at the same time. So we have in this one several deer. So the group of deer, that family, is the population. It's all of the same type of organism that live in the same place, same general area. Next, we have community, and that is all of the populations in an area. So in this picture, we have the fish. We have different kinds of fish. You can see there's like blue colored fish, there's orange colored fish, and then we have all this coral, which is kind of living, and these anemones. Those are all the living things. That's all the populations in the area, all of the living things. Bigger than that, we have ecosystem. So ecosystem is all of the biotic and abiotic factors that are in place. So biotic, a good definition for that is living or dead. It was once living. Abiotic is non-living. Things that were never alive can never live. So biotic, some examples of that would be, like in this picture, we have like the elephant, the zebra, the giraffe. I don't know what those are, I can't tell. The grass, the trees. And it sort of looks like the grass is sort of dead back in there. The trees look sort of just like dead too. There's not a lot of leaves on them. So all the leaves that are on the ground, the dead grass, that's still considered biotic because it was once alive. Abiotic would be like the water, the sky, even things like temperature, climate, all that good stuff. We'll talk about the difference in biotic and abiotic quite a bit this year. And even bigger than the ecosystem, we have the biosphere. And that is all ecosystems. That is every single ecosystem that makes up the earth. So that's why I put the picture here of the earth, because that's the biosphere. Later, whenever we talk about the spheres of earth, we will talk about another definition we'll put for biosphere other than all ecosystems, which is all the living and non-living things on the earth. We'll also say that it's the thin layer of earth that supports life. So that's just a preview for later. But that is it. If you need to go back and rewind, feel free to do that. The PDF of these notes will be posted as well. If you have any questions, just let me know. I hope to see you guys soon.